Yo, check it. My man been in the game. He ain't new to the scene. Before you go, I'm gonna need one thing. For you to drop that skincare routine. Shining and glistening. I know y'all be listening. So me and my man, we about to come through and spit again. It's okay. He got singing skills, dancing skills. When he raps, he's a beast. So y'all better give it up for my guest, Jay Park on Last But Not Least. Let's go.
Still got it.
Still got it. Bro, when I see you, I have to still have it, right? Because shout out to you, man. We here.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to
Thank you very
Last
much.
But Not Least, man.
Thank you for the first episode.
Yes. Last But Not Least, like, is something that it took me a bit of time to arrive at.
Yeah.
And you are the first person that I'm sharing this with.
Okay.
Which is cool because now it's only right that I set it off
Yeah.
with these next few things that I'm gonna set it off.
Okay.
All right. Dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
You with it?
Of course.
But these are custom tailored for you.
Really?
Custom tailored
Dang.
Jay Park dad jokes. You
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let me start with this one. Man, I've been thinking about trying out for a boy band, to join a boy group, right? But at age 44, I'm starting to feel like it's probably a long shot. Okay, I didn't
Like
get a
that.
laugh,
I
but
like that. I like
I
that.
got a little smirk.
I like that.
All right, here we go. Hey, did you know that some people believe that K-pop actually existed like 18 million years ago? Yeah, they call it the Big Bang Theory. Let's go. I got more. Custom tailored.
Okay.
So I was walking down the street the other day, right? And I saw one of my favorite Korean rappers. I ran up to him. I said, yo, I've been listening to your song since I was a baby. I know all the words. He couldn't believe it, yo. He was dumbfounded.
Shout outs.
Last one. Do you know why Jay Park asked the genie for eyes behind his head?
Nope.
Because he wanted more vision. Custom dad jokes.
Ooh, okay.
Only on Laugh But Not Least.
Last but not least.
It felt good to get all of those off my chest. Do you see? I got the laugh, not from the dad jokes, but from showing my feelings. Nah, I thought about what is a good way to set it off.
No, for sure.
And I was like, let me put some thought into these dad jokes for my
Yeah,
man,
because I
Jay.
mean, you do stand-up comedy as well.
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Thank you for that alley-oop.
No,
I do.
I saw it. I was
Yeah.
like, because it's. I think when you grow up in the '90s, stand-up comedy it was a big thing,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
so like when I saw like Dumbfounded started doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
and you
shout
started
out to
doing-
our guy Dumb.
Yeah, facts.
Included in one of the dad jokes.
And
Yes.
he just came out with a book.
Yes.
Called,
Spit.
Yes. Which is about his battle rap life. So
Yes.
it's cool that
You see why this guy is the man? I invite him to come here. We was gonna talk about him. He turning it about Dumb.
No,
which is why people love you.
No. I'm just here to chop it up. It doesn't
I
even
know,
need to be.
but
about me,
Dumb
yeah.
Dumb is a good dude, and I think it's a good way to tie kind of his journey, you, myself, the hip hop thing, the comedy thing.
Yeah, facts.
So let me ask you this: you yourself, if you had to rate yourself 1 to 10,
Yeah.
how funny would you say you are?
Are you talking about like on camera or just like on like a
Good.
off camera?
That's a good question. Give me both ratings. Let's say on camera first.
On camera, maybe like a 6.
That's solid.
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Okay.
And then
And then what about off camera, like just behind the
close
scenes,
friends.
Jay? Close friends.
Probably like an 8.
Oh,
Like an
so
8.
there's 2 levels that you go up when the cameras are not rolling.
And it's not necessarily that like I'm trying to be a different person, but just when I'm with people that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just comes out more natural as where like
Yeah.
the people everyone that's watching, I'm not too close with everyone that's watching, so it's like I'm just kind of a little bit more aware. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah.
So I think maybe some of it comes from because knowing about your history and your journey. At some point outside of the music, you did touch like TV, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah, for
hosting and on variety shows.
I was a crew member, a cast member on SNL Korea.
I was gonna bring it up,
for like
right?
3
Which
years,
is
yeah.
pretty iconic, super iconic. And obviously, whether you're SNL US, SNL Korea, like when you think SNL, it is laughs,
Yes.
it is humor.
Yes.
So when you did that, that's a good way for me to ask. When you knew you were gonna have the opportunity to do that, was it like you dove head in, or did you have to think about, man, how am I gonna approach this?
So for Saturday Night Live or like SNL Korea,
Yeah.
like there wasn't a program that was touching on certain topics, right? In
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah.
And so SNL was the first of its kind in Korea. And
Yeah.
so, but SNL wasn't branded like that in Korea. Like they don't really know SNL like that. So they just took the format.
Yeah.
And then licensed it, and then they just kind of made it their own.
So there's like skits,
Yeah, for
musical
sure.
performances.
Yes. I mean, it's basically the same format.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you went on, did you feel like you had to get into like comedy laughs mode in a way to prepare for it, or no?
No, not necessarily. So I was the one that hosted it. So I'm the
okay.
one that said I wanted to host it, and at that time it was not a lot of people were wanting to host it because it was kind of like it's kind of like too edgy, so people were kind of on the fence about it.
Got it,
you know what I mean?
got it.
And then they offered me to, after they saw me host
What year
it.
is this when you did it?
This is like 2012.
Oh, so 10 plus years
14
ago.
years ago.
So if you look back on it now,
Yeah.
do you feel that there was one sketch or moment that you felt like, yo, that was mad fun to do, or was like that was a memorable thing for
No,
you?
yeah. So when I hosted, that all those sketches were fun to do. Just because it was like, it's a little bit more unfiltered, just kind of like the stuff that I like, right? And then, but once I got to be in a crew and I was doing it every week, it just got to be a little bit too much, to be honest, bro.
Fair. So other than rating yourself, I was gonna ask, like, what do you think your taste of humor is? Like, what's some stuff that you would say you find funny that other people might not find funny?
I think in Korea, definitely like dry humor. Like,
so that is your jam.
That is, like
dry humor is your jam.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, facts. Just kind of like, like I love Dave Chappelle.
I was naturally gonna get into who are your comedians that you kind of like are like, yo, that's my guy.
Well,
so Chappelle is one.
Chappelle is I mean, just because he tells stories and puts things in a way, but it's along the way it's so funny.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the whole thing, there's always a message that he's trying to get across.
Yes.
Of humility. And
yes.
So
that's dope.
Yeah. So that's why I think he's probably like the GOAT. And then everyone else, I like Martin Lawrence. I like,
Okay.
Like when you grew up in the 90s, it's like the Wayans Bros, Martin Lawrence.
Yo,
like Will Smith,
I know you're a busy man.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Wayans Bros, specifically down to Marlon, if you haven't had a chance to check, because he does so many movies, right?
Yes.
But if you have a chance, his stand-up, have you have a chance to check out Marlon's stand-up?
I have watched, I think I watched like a segment.
It's like a piece of it. Okay. I saw him this past year in 2025 live for the first time at a comedy club, right? So 200-300 people.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's actually the sweet spot for stand-up.
Okay.
Like it's because nowadays you have like these superstar comics that do like arenas, right? 8, 9, 10,000
like Kevin
people.
Hart,
Kevin Hart, Joe Coy, and many more. But I feel like those are great, but 200, 300 is like a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Like, because it's still large enough when 200, 300 people laugh. It's a crazy energy.
Yeah.
But when you look out into the audience, you still can, for the most part, see everybody. Because when you had an arena, everyone's so distant.
Yeah.
But I saw Marlon, and man, he was killing it and just in the zone.
Yeah.
And I think he's ultimately going to film it and release it as a special at some point.
Yeah. I really liked the Wayans Bros going up. Like,
same here.
Yeah.
We're brothers.
Yeah.
We're happy. And we'll stop there. Give me a
high five.
for sure. That's cool to know.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, I know your overall background.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right. And just kind of how you got into hip hop, music, b-boying.
Yeah.
Know about all of that.
Yeah.
But I think like stuff like this, small stuff. Like, I grew up watching the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
So you must have been like a In Living Colors kid as well.
Yes,
which is also under the Wayans umbrella.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the 90s.
The 90s.
The 90s. Yeah.
Yo, do you remember, other than Wayans Brothers and In Living Color, there was like another show that, you said Martin already.
Martin.
Did you ever watch a Jamie Foxx show at all?
I did. I loved the Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of Francesca. Like, that was one of my favorite
Francesca, let's go.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah.
And I learned a fun fact too, is that she went to the same high school that I graduated from in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, I'm from North Miami.
No.
North Miami Beach, and she went to the school like years before me.
Oh, wow.
She's a little bit before me.
Oh.
When I learned that Fancy went to my high school, I was pretty hyped.
That's
too.
fire.
And what's the thing that Jamie used to do all the time to Braxton? He'd be like,
Yeah.
look at us sitting here talking about
Unk status.
Talking about unk status. Is it unk status when you talk about Jamie Foxx show?
Yeah.
Stay in that childhood zone. Do you remember the first girl you had a crush on?
I think it was Britney Spears.
Okay.
I think, like in 6th grade or something like that.
Okay. Was it a song in particular that locked you in?
Well, I mean, it's just oops, I did it again. Yeah, it's just, and she was just kind of like, she came out the gate and just, she was like the most popular thing in the,
Nice.
So, and then like Brandy.
Okay.
I loved Brandy.
Okay.
Monica, Beyonce.
Okay.
Yeah, Christina Aguilera.
You going through the whole like superstar list, which is all cool.
Yeah.
I meant like in like the 8th grade, like, or 7th, 9th, like.
Like a person. Not like
yeah.
a super...
We don't need a name. I'm just curious if you remember that girl.
Oh, of course.
Oh, you remember?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
if you close your eyes, you can see a picture of her in your head.
I think so.
She had long hair or short hair?
Long hair.
Yeah. Okay. This next question, it's. I mean, it's not sensitive, but I think I am curious to know.
Yeah.
What ethnicity was she? Do you remember?
I think she was half Korean and half white.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And obviously, I'm guessing you haven't seen her or kept in touch. You don't know what she's up to now.
This was like 6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah.
My first was around 6th grade too.
Yeah.
She was half white and half white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nothing happened. I had a crush on her. I wrote a letter.
Okay.
I was gonna give it to her.
Okay.
I dropped it. The teacher found it.
Dang.
Picked it up. Read it in front of the whole class.
Really?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, in the letter, I said, hey, I like you, but I know you like so-and-so.
Okay.
And so-and-so was also in the same class.
Oh, wow.
So all three of us.
But why did she read it in front of the whole, that's kind of disrespectful.
The teacher?
Yeah.
I don't know. Now that I think about it.
Disrespectful.
Now I feel like I got to write a diss track.
That's crazy.
Wait, actually, the teacher might, I don't know. She'd be an old lady at this point. But, I look back on that moment and it was traumatizing when it happened.
Facts.
But I think it built a lot of character.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably what drove me into battle rapping.
Yeah. And probably provided you thicker skin.
Thick skin.
Yeah.
Yo, you right.
Yeah.
You right. All right, so on the topic of girls and crushes, I'm curious to know, like, when you do look at, like, a significant other, do you think, like, them being funny is important to you? Like, them having a sense of humor?
I don't necessarily think, like, they have to be funny.
Okay.
But I think it's important that you feel comfortable enough to laugh with each other and you get each other's jokes, right? Yeah, so I think, like, having the same humor is very important for sure. Because then, it also ties to, like, what you watch together and what you're into and
That's
all that.
so true. Yeah. And not only what you watch together, but the way you face, like, difficult times together too.
Yeah.
Like, just having a type of humor.
Like the perspective that you have.
If you had to kind of, like, between the two, pick one, which one would be more important? This is also particular to your other half, let's say.
Okay.
That they have the same type of sense of humor as you, or that they're, like, intelligent.
Ooh. But I think...
It's two different things, yeah.
But it could be the same thing. I think, having a sense of humor, you have to have some sense of intelligence, level of intelligence to get the humor.
That's banger right there. Okay.
Yeah. But I like intelligent as in, like, book smart? No, not really. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Because that is two different dynamics.
Yeah.
Yes, I fully agree with you.
Emotional
intelligence is super important.
Yeah, then, like,
yes.
Just not, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm always caught off guard when the guest makes me think. Yeah, because I'll be honest, like, not that I think I'm like super smart, but to like that topic of, like, book smart and emotional intelligence, I've been trying to find a balance between the two.
Yeah.
Because I think if you know a lot of facts and like things, it's cool, but it also can be kind of like, what's the purpose of it? Knowing all those things. But emotional intelligence or, like, just intelligence in other forms is important.
Because you read a book a week, right?
I do read a book. How'd you know I read a book a week? This is what I read this past week. Right here. Nah, I do like reading. I like reading books about people's journeys.
Okay.
So, like...
biographies.
Biographies, yeah. Just about how, especially when it's about someone that's reached a certain level in what they've accomplished and achieved. I'm really curious to know what got them to there.
Yeah.
So just off the top of my head, we were talking about comedy. So I remember reading Kevin Hart's book.
Okay.
I was, like, even more gravitated to him as a performer, because when you, like, look at what he had to do to build what he has now, it's phenomenal. Another book I read, the dude that built Amazon. Jeff
Bezos.
Yes.
Jeff Bezos.
I didn't think I would read that book. I forgot who suggested it to me, but I read it. And if I had to summarize it, the one thing about him was that some people might describe it as, like, yo, he was like almost like a jerk when it came to how he ran his company.
Yeah.
But in some way,
You have to be like that, yeah. In order for it to get that big, probably.
Yes. Did he kind of like rub people the wrong way, burn some bridges? Depends on how you look at it, right? Because it's just like that's how he had to navigate what he was going through.
True.
So book reading is my thing.
Cool. Who's your favorite comic?
Oh, my favorite?
Yeah.
If I could only listen to one person, like for the rest of my life, it'd probably be Chappelle too.
Chappelle, right?
Yeah. It is Chappelle. Because you get the laughters, but you also get those materials that make you really think like, you know, like, whoa. Because like with Chappelle, like, yo, he might do like a 3-minute set.
Yeah.
It might only be 2 laughs in those 3 minutes, but them laughs are gonna like hit you hard.
Yeah, true.
You get what I'm saying? Like it might be the first minute or so of the 3 minutes. Yeah. It's just he's just laying out the groundwork for it. But he's so good at his speaking and captivating and engaging that you're gonna listen.
Yes.
And I think he's built a trust with the audience after so many years that even if it's a minute in and a 2 minute in and you still haven't gotten a laugh, for the most part, you're still like,
Yeah, you're locked in. True.
And then when he hits you with the punchline, it will be one that will evoke laughter.
Yeah.
But then you're also like, yo, he's right about that.
True.
Yeah. So Chappelle for sure. But let's get into something that I feel like I really hope with this podcast and every guest that I speak to, I can kind of tap into a central theme that does tie into laughter, but also ties into life.
Okay.
And the question that I'm going to ask is, if you were to look back now, would there be like maybe 1 or 2 experiences, it could be pertaining to your career or even non-career related, that as it happened, you were like, yo, this is rough, or this is challenging. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get back up from this. But now you look back on it and you're like, like that you can kind of find humor in or laugh about. I mean, you can think about it for a second.
No, I mean, to be honest, there's
so many.
So many.
Yo, hit me with like the one that you feel like as the years go by.
Well,
like,
I think it's just rebuilding, like starting. I don't want to say starting from ground zero, but like just starting over again.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be I was in the group, then I had to go solo, and then started AMG. That was all that was rough. Just starting from base ground and trying to build up, and then, you know, whatever happening, and then whether it be just circumstances out of my hand or you know, just things that I feel like, you know, God is giving me a opportunity, so I have to take it. Yeah, that type of, and just restarting like AMG, Higher Music, More Vision. Yeah. You know, deleting my Instagram and starting it over again. And it's all this stuff is just to kind of not get too attached. Yeah. Yeah, because it's yes, it is my accomplishments and it is stuff that I worked hard for. Yeah. But it's not, I don't feel like it's mine, right? Okay. Yeah, like that's for other people to be like, yo, yeah, that was Jay Park. But it's like, I don't own all that, right? It's just.
When you say own, do you mean, you don't necessarily mean in like a business contract type own?
No.
You're talking about the accomplishment of it. Is that what you mean?
About like
the success of it.
Entitlement of it is what I'm saying. As a person. Ego.
Who does it belong to then? Yeah. Who owns it? If you're like, it doesn't be, if you don't own it yourself.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
say,
it's something that is part of my life and my story. But it's not mine to own. Like I don't, even the artists that I sign, I don't own them, right? Okay. It's just something we're doing together. Yeah, doing together. And so, and also I don't want to get too attached to anything, just because, I mean, it's at the end of the day, like how important is it, right? Like if, you know, my mom was sick tomorrow, like would that really be that important? Yeah. No, right? Then you're a part. So I try to, yes, it is very important to me, but I try not to let that be my identity.
So this mindset that you're talking about right now, would you say that you've had this for like the whole journey, or did you have to kind of like the circumstances brought you to this mindset?
I think I had parts of this in me since the beginning. And then as I experience life and I see, you know, things change and, you know, whether it be like popularity or whoever, or, you know, I sign an artist and their circumstances change. And, and, you know, landscape shifts and experience life. I think I'm starting to, what is it, like, understand better why the way I am and why I am able to make the moves that I'm making, right? Before it was just kind of like a instinct type thing, and now it's like based on the instinct, I'm trying to analyze myself and this is why I do this, and this is why I'm not good at this, and this is why
I like that what you just said right there about being conscious of this is why I do this is what I'm good at, but this I'm not that good at. Like that is something I'm trying to learn too. It's just being aware of what my weaknesses are. I guess you could say. Like some things you might I'm speaking more for myself now, right? But where you might be passionate about it, but at some point you might have to acknowledge that this might not be my lane. Right? Not specific to an artistry, but even different things, components, whether it's launching something or building something. You might have the passion for it, but it just might not be your lane.
True. And just like in life in general. You know what I mean? Like, what type of people I should be around, where I should be hanging out, where I shouldn't be hanging out, et cetera, et cetera. Just like everything that affects your life decisions, I think.
You said something a moment ago that actually is super cool, because as I was just reading more about you, learning about you, there's an interview where you said this in a quote. Everything is by instinct. These are your words. If they didn't misquote you, right? They said, everything is by instinct. I trust my instinct because that's what got me to where I'm at. Right? True. That's what you said. And you just referenced that right now too. So do you think your instincts were correct when you decided to do this podcast? Oh, thank God.
For sure. For sure.
I thought that you were be like, this is probably the first time that my instincts have led me down the wrong path.
Bro. I mean, I had a few questions I wanted to ask you as well.
Bro, let's go. I love that. What would be off the top of your head?
Well, I mean, just because, I mean, you were every Asian kid's hero growing up, like, especially in the States, right? And so, I'm wondering, obviously, very tough to be an Asian rapper growing up, especially at that time when there's literally like no Asian representation. And then you got signed to Ruff Ryders after 106. I'm wondering, like, was there ever a time where you're like, you had like because of all this hype and all this props that people are giving you, like an ego, like did you like big bro people? And
that's such a great question. Thank you for asking. And to be honest, I have to say it, camera, no camera. Like when I look at you and your journey and what you've accomplished, those words add a layer of meaning. I'm not saying that because you're saying it, it means more than just a young kid, right? That's not in our field, right? Because when that young kid says it to me, it means a lot too. It's like, yo, Jin, seeing you battle, it just unlocked something in me. It just let me know that anything is possible. Although I didn't choose to become a rapper or try to get a deal, but what I saw you do there set me on this path, right?
Sure.
So that has its own meaning and value. But here I am saying this to you that when I look at what you've accomplished, all your twists and turns in your career, and the way you just said it with no reservation, it does also have a special meaning to me.
For sure.
So individuals like yourself, Dumb, and just people I encounter. But to answer your question, I would like to think, and I wholeheartedly believe that in the peak of it, kind of having the breakthrough, the signing, killing it on BET, I was floating. I was floating. I was definitely like feeling myself. So that I won't deny.
I mean, and also you're very young at that time.
I was 20. I was 20.
Yeah.
Literally like.
And like the only
I'm now
Asian,
with Ruff Ryders, pulling the chain
Asian,
out. I was 20. So, and I always like to emphasize not saying I was 20 as an excuse for any wildness, right? But I will say that anybody that looks at it with a fair eyes, I actually want to say, and not credit to me, I give God the glory. I think I probably handled it way better than any 20-year-old would have handled it. Okay, so like you said, did you like kind of like get on your like, looking down on people or big broing people? In my recollection, no. I think even if you were to do a general survey across the planet and you put it out there, did Jin ever treat you like a piece of crap when he was popping out of the whole planet? You might get 10 emails that be like, yes, on June 7th of 2003, I ran into Jin at the House of Blues and he pushed me to the side. You might get 10 of those. Which I'm not mad at those stats, right? If we're talking the world population, because again, not credit to myself. I think that, who I give credit to other than it's by the grace of God. A shout out to my parents.
No, for sure.
My mom and dad, they have nothing to do with this line of work. But I just think the upbringing of my household is ultimately what gave me that anchor. But yes, to say that at 20 years old with a fresh record deal, a double R chain, money's coming in, to say that I wasn't walking around like, that would be a lie.
Like I'm him. Yeah.
But nah, I appreciate you asking that.
You have a Kanye West feature.
I do have a Kanye West feature. It's crazy, right? And I told my 13-year-old, he's like, Daddy, you have he discovered it.
Yeah.
He came back to me and said, you got a song with Kanye West?
Yeah.
He was shocked. But then he was more like shocked, like, yo, why would Kanye do a song with you? And then I was like, this is when he was just producing. He wasn't like Kanye.
Facts.
And then he was like, oh, so he wasn't that popular yet. Okay, that makes sense, Daddy. I said, shit.
That's crazy, though.
Shout out to Kanye. I mean, look, his journey is his journey. Did you get a chance to watch that doc on Netflix?
I did.
Wait, the name of the doc?
Gene Yes.
Gene Yes. Yes, that's right. Gene Yes. Yo, this is cool to share with you because it falls in line with kind of what you just asked me. And even here we are talking about Kanye. When I watched that doc, man, it definitely resonated with me in some ways that I didn't think I would be. Yeah. Because in that doc, it talks about when he signed with Rockefeller, what that journey was like. And I was like, that's kind of how I felt at Double R.
Yeah.
Right? In the way that it wasn't identical, but in the way that I kind of was like an odd man out.
Yes.
For our own respective reasons, right?
For
Because you know Kanye's whole thing, he came in, he's like, yo, I kind of, yes, I acknowledge I grew up in the burbs, but I'm very conscious and aware of, kind of what the street element is. And he kind of like weaving it together, right? Like, yo, I'm conscious, but I'm wearing an LV book bag, right? And I am going to bring this pink polo shirt into the game and show everyone, right? So although I'm not doing those exact same things, I do think by me signing with the R, which is the label that birthed X and DMX, Eve, The Lock, Swiss, and all of that, then it's like Jin. It is very like, right? But kudos to Double R because I think from the moment I had a initial conversation with them, their thing was, we don't want to change you.
Facts.
So we don't want you to think you come to the R and we want you to be like Kiss. Or Drag On.
Facts.
We want you to be Jin.
Facts.
Which is why it's funny because if people do the history, when I was on 106, I didn't have this tat.
Yeah.
I got this like 2 years kind of after signing with the R. I turned 21, and that's why I got this. Now, I remember when I got it, later on, people were like, yo, did you get the tag? Because it was like a kind of like a branding thing, after joining the R. I was like, no, it was the opposite. Because after I got it, the CEOs, they saw it. They were like, Jin, why'd you get the tag? Shout out to D. That's the OG. He was cool. He wasn't like on my neck, but he was like, why'd you have to get the? Because in their mind, they didn't really feel like they wanted me to brand that way.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's another thing that I really respect is, once you signed to R, your first single was Learn Chinese. And so it's kind of like tried to bring your culture through hip hop. And so I thought that was a very, but it was just too ahead of the time.
And it's a lot of different things, man. There's so many layers that I didn't even unpack yet. And I think with you, there are things that if I were to share and say, it might hit you in a very specific way because of your own journey, right? I do want to kind of explore the Rock Nation experience in a moment, right? But before I get to that, this is all like record industry stuff, which is why I don't really talk about too much over the years. Because I feel like the general public, although there might be some people that are intrigued by it, it's almost like it's no use to share with them,
it's
right?
It's like kind of like inside jokes,
yes,
inside stories.
You're right. It is. Because the thing with Learn Chinese, that Rough Rider album, one huge thing that the general public might not even factor in is I came into Double R when they were restructuring.
Yeah.
Right? X is starting a label, Swiss is starting a label, but that didn't really mean like anything for me because I wasn't like, oh my gosh, everybody's leaving. What about me? Because I was like, I'm coming here and I'm building my own thing.
Thanks.
So even with my label situation, here I am signed to the R, but they didn't have distribution for my album yet. Let's see, this is record industry talk. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the general public, it might not mean much, but for us, we might be like, yo, that's a pretty big thing. But I know when I signed with the R, I was aware of all these things, so I can't shift the blame on anyone.
No, for sure. Okay. So did you meet X?
Met X. Essentially got to meet everyone on the label, but I think I always have looked at it like this and described it like this to people. It's like I got adopted into this family.
Yeah.
Like they adopted this little Chinese kid. Yeah. And everybody showed the Chinese kid love.
Yeah, facts.
But all the big bros and big sis and big bros, everybody's going off to college.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody's graduated already. And here I am, the little adopted Chinese kid, just in the house by myself.
Yeah.
That's how I say it. I still felt the love. Everybody was still like,
Yeah.
Yo, Styles jumped on my first album,
Fire.
which I would never feel like he had to do. Like, I don't have that entitlement either.
No, for sure.
That thing that you described earlier. So I was grateful for all of it. There's a DMX video, the get it on the floor, get it on the floor.
Yeah.
I remember he was shooting that video, and stuff like this happened in Rough Rider all the time. It might be a day before the video shoot, and someone from the label would just be like, on a 2-way, Jin, we're going to LA for a video shoot. Pack your bags. Here's the flight info. And I remember like going to that shoot for that DMX video, and I was just hyped. Because I had met him before.
That's fire.
But this is the first time that it was like, oh yeah, and we're going to throw you in the video.
That's fire.
And you can't miss me. Because there's only one Chinese guy in the video.
Big facts.
Walking out with X out of the club. There's like 3 guys, and then the 4th dude. I was like, yeah, coming out the club with X.
That's legendary.
But now yourself, you talk about legendary.
Yeah.
I don't want to half-ass this. I like these. I like quotes. And he said, I rarely get starstruck, but I've been a Jay-Z fan since the 4th grade, and I had a huge crush on Beyonce in high school.
Facts.
Meeting him at the Rock Nation brunch, it was dope.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to meet him.
Facts.
So I just waited my turn, and he was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for trusting us.
Yes.
And that was pretty much it. I didn't want to bother him.
Facts.
So that kind of summarizes your whole take on it, right? For the most part.
Yeah, I mean, for Rock Nation, for Jay-Z, for, Beyonce, definitely. I mean, what they're like royalty, right?
Very much.
Yeah.
Before meeting him.
Yeah.
What is the mindset 24 hours before the Rock Nation brunch? And were you like, yo, I'm probably going to meet Jay tomorrow?
It's kind of like the same thing, right? I think even though when I signed a Rock, it was much later than when you signed a, Double R.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everyone showed me love. Everyone tried to show me the ropes. They connected me to everybody.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Law. Shout outs to, But it's just kind of like, since you're the first of your kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no blueprint.
Yeah.
So since there's no blueprint, it's kind of like we're trying to figure out what we have to do together.
Yeah.
But, obviously I'm priority, but I'm not top priority, right?
Yeah.
Because how many people are there at Rock Nation, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, but going back to the question, I mean, the Rock Nation brunch, yes, they're like, yo,
you've been to a couple times.
I went there.
But let's go to that one time where
time.
the infamous photo is from.
Yes.
So that time. So the night before,
Yeah.
you know you're going to the brunch.
Yeah.
But in your mind, is there like that thought of like, yo, I'm going to say what's up to Jay
No,
tomorrow?
for sure.
I wouldn't have slept.
Well, I mean,
might not have slept.
So it was in New York, and then I went with Cha Cha. So
okay.
yeah,
Cha-Cha on the... So
Yeah.
what is the actual tag?
I need a Cha Cha beat boy. I need a
shout out to
Cha
Cha-Cha.
Cha. Yes, sir. So, Cha Cha is my producer, and we used to break dance together. We still break dance together. But
I want to say I love that too.
Yeah.
I love that. In this day, you have people that are still like kind of day ones, as they call.
Yes.
And that they've watched you go through your twists and turns.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And also someone that you have that creative chemistry with.
Yeah.
I think at this point, this is me assuming, he knows kind of your vision for certain things and songs, and likewise, like what he'll bring to the table.
No, 100%. Yeah,
when y'all cook together.
Yeah, I think just our taste and our just our perspective and what we hear and what we like is very similar.
He went to the brunch?
Yeah, I took him. So I had a +1. And so I wanted to share this like moment.
You didn't have my number yet then, so it's okay.
Facts. Big facts.
I'll be okay. I don't think we could. We didn't have like a dialogue yet. Then okay.
This was like 2000.
Yeah, that's the only way I could console myself.
Yeah,
right.
2018.
I would imagine though, like if I would have put myself in your shoes and I'm like, I have a +1, and I'm like making a list. Why would I make a list? I'm bringing my wife.
Yeah.
Duh. Yeah. Okay. So Cha Cha goes with you.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of like getting acknowledged, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you've been doing it right.
Yeah.
For the past 10 plus years. So yeah, that's kind of what that moment was to me. Rather than meeting Hove and Beyonce and all these, met the Locks and Fat Joe. And like, just the fact that, Hove came and he was like, yo, thank you for it. And trust.
Yes.
So basically, it's like they had to get the okay from him in order for them to sign me.
Yes.
Because basically, I would be a representative of their brand, right?
Yeah.
And so, and then even like Beyonce, like, oh, I know you're talented. I was like, oh, wow. Oh. So I'm imagining like, Hove is like, yo, there's this Asian kid. Like, I think we're going to sign him. And then he's showing her videos of me. And that's how she found out about me is kind of what my, Yeah, like is what I'm assuming. But yeah, that was very, very legendary. Even though you know, I didn't have conversations with them or anything like that. Just that acknowledgement was very big to me.
So that is in 2018. And then, so what is the current standing? Like, what was that journey like? The Rock Nation journey?
It was dope. I mean,
you were with them for like a couple.
I think I was with them for 3 years.
Okay.
So and that's when I came out with a song called Soju.
Yes.
Which is the reason why I made one Soju.
Okay.
It's because of the song Soju.
So the brand was birthed from the song.
Yes.
So not the other way around.
No.
That's kind of an interesting sequence. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, because when you're doing the rounds.
Yeah.
And then even for me, like, I didn't want to, just because I signed to Rock Nation, all of a sudden just become a different person and a different artist.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to keep it me. So even my first project, it's either Cha-Cha or all the producers that I was working with in Korea.
Yeah.
Groovy Room, Woogie,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. So the first single was Soju.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like my Learn Chinese. Yeah. It's kind of like my Learn Chinese, Soju.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously it's at that time, this is like right when K-pop was getting big, right?
Yeah.
And then also there still there isn't a lot of Asian rappers that are mainstream, successful.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I think that's a topic that I sometimes think about myself when I'm just like sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Like random times I think about this topic.
Yeah.
Like, because before you brought it up earlier, so it is all tied together.
Yeah.
Kind of like what it meant to certain people when I popped up on 106 in
Yes.
Park. And then everybody kind of looks at my career, what were the ups and the downs, stuff even like, Learn Chinese was just ahead of his time, things like that, right? And I think it took me some time to be able to really sit and listen to everybody's thoughts and analysis, right? Because I always used to be very guarded about the topic.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, y'all over here dissecting my career. Y'all don't know what I went through.
Yeah.
But then later on, I realized like, people are just invested. Like even if it might come across like they're analyzing it, point is people just wanted to see you win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But what I'm about to say now is less about me, which is like, like if you look at when I came out in 2002 till now, like you just said, I don't have the answer for the question, but I'm thinking, should it be that there's more? Or is it like, we have come a long way? Because it's not that there's none.
No, for sure.
Right? Like,
for sure. I mean, so I think...
and I'm talking about Asian rappers.
Asian rappers, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Asian rappers.
There's a lot. There's more than we can count and list. You ever think about this topic? And what's
Of course. I analyze and assess all this a lot. Like, whether it be myself or whether it be Dumbfounded or yourself or Stupid Young, MB Nell.
Yes, you met all of these guys. You've crossed paths with them?
Yeah, Stupid Young is the homie for sure. Okay. MB Nell, no, but I think he's very, very talented.
Yeah.
I think it's just an array of things as we're, especially like, growing up in the 90s and the 80s, like Asian males, like they have to be a certain way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't like it when they have to be passive and they have to, they have to just kind of just either be good at math or, do karate or, you know what I'm saying? It can't be like a bravado where it's like, oh man, like, who does he think he is? Why is he trying to be black or why is he trying to be this or what?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like so it's just kind of like not accepted.
Yeah.
Right? Or people have like certain kind of perspective on how Asian males should be.
Should be, yeah.
And then if you don't fit that stereotype, then they kind of blast you like you're not being authentic. It's kind of what it is.
Yeah, basically. You're right. Yeah.
And so I think trying to prove that, and and this is another thing where it's like, you just pulling up solo dolo to different ciphers and hoods and just battling people, I also wanted to know, like, how do you prepare for that? Like, were you just practicing in the mirror? Were you with your homies and just, like, how do you go there with the confidence to be like, yo, like, I'm a short Asian dude with all these dudes and just go there?
Did Jay Park just call me a short Asian dude on the internet?
I'm talking about like.
No, I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'm a short Asian dude too, so it's just like.
Yo, let's go. Yeah. Sads unite. Short Asian dudes. I'm making the merch. Yeah. I'm sad. Short Asian dude. Yo, how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Okay. So I was gonna say 5'6" and under, but we'll include you.
Yeah.
5'7" and under, you're officially part of the sad gang.
Facts.
Short Asian dudes.
Facts.
Yo, short, but confidence through the roof.
Facts. So.
But yes, what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't think it was me preparing for it. I think it was just I'll say this as direct as I can. I think it was a combination of two things. One, first of all, there was like a naiveness to it.
Yeah.
Like I was naive in the sense that I just was like in my own bubble. I was just like, yo, like I will go anywhere, like you said, to any hood at any time. I don't care if it's to battle one guy or 50 guys.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's just him or his whole block.
Yeah.
I will say that is a bit of naiveness, meaning like I'm not thinking about consequences, what it could or could not be. I'm just thinking, I'm just coming to cook, all right?
Yeah.
So half of it is naiveness, and the other half of it is, I just said the word, but it was a confidence that probably isn't justified, right? Then why do I say it's not justified? Because it's one thing if I'm already have a name for myself and I'm going around. But I was like this even before I had a name for myself. So what I mean by not justified is just simply like it was this blind confidence that I am this good.
Yeah.
And I will battle you anywhere, anytime. I will go anywhere, any circumstance, and I will battle.
Yeah.
And I mean to answer that, the main question is the combination of those two things. And so here's the point. When you see that short Asian dude on 106 in Park, that's years and years and years of doing that. Yeah. So it might catch people off guard when they see it, because the thing that is heartwarming to me is when I do hear people say, yo, I've never seen an Asian dude like you before. Yeah. Which is kind of like, that's fascinating. It's fascinating. You can also say it's sad in a way, because it's like, yo, I'm not the only one.
Facts.
I'm not the only Asian dude that raps. I'm not the only Asian dude that likes hip hop. In 2002, I was not the only Asian dude that had a fade. Right? The point is, I'm not the only one. But I think on that scale on TV, right, it was the first for a lot of people to see. So even here we are now, 25 years later. It's funny, right? Kind of tying back into last but not least, I look back on it, and a lot of these things that you hear me talk about, I couldn't laugh about it at that time, or you know, because it was just whether it was the career situation, things not going how I wanted it to, and this is not at the fault of Double R or any one particular person. It's just timing. But I'm so grateful that it all unfolded the way it did, because even with the Kanye song, right? Like that song was supposed to be the single for my album. And why would I not be? Why would you not record a track with Kanye and be like, yo, this is the single?
Shoot a video,
all of that. But then I think after we finished the song, something behind the scenes again, like I said, label-related matters. They were like, we'll clear it for your album, Jin, but not as a single.
Got it.
And that's what happened with that, you know? But yeah, I also do want to go back to you about that, about whether it's the Rock Nation thing or even non-career related. I'm curious to know, is there like a Jay Park life experience that you can look back and be like, nah, that was funny, yo.
Like I said earlier, like I like to laugh. I like to laugh. I like to just be stupid and funny and goofy and whatever. Just because, you know, life is not easy, right? Life is not easy. And so I think it lightens the weight of life to just to laugh more and just to think about everything not so serious. I mean, I think I have an appreciation and a depth for life experiences, but also I try not to take it too serious, because, you know, things pass. You know, life is not forever.
It's not.
And so, I mean, everything in life, like I know when I get into something, I know that it's going to be hard. I know that there's going to be trials and tribulations, and it's not going to be easy. And but I expect that, and so. After, you know, let's say even the Longshot thing, even Longshot, right? So, I mean, to get to Longshot, I had to put down my position as CEO at AMG and Higher Music, two of the labels that I built, and put my blood, sweat, and tears into for 10 years.
Mad blood, sweat, and tears.
And so I had to put that down and then start a new label called More Vision. And then, you know, obviously everything didn't go smoothly, whether it be, you know, with employees or whatever, maybe, or investors, or everything was not smooth. You know, there's countless meetings and stuff behind the scenes that people don't know about. That we're trying to you know, figure out. But at the end of the day, everything worked out, and Longshot came out, and, you know, they're getting a lot of love and a lot of support. And so even that is just like, that process was not fun. It was, you know, it's just because, you know, when there's so many different people.
But are you able to look back on it now?
No, of course. I mean, all of that is you know, whether it be the sacrifice or the effort that we put in or whatever it may be. All of that is why Longshot is the way it is.
What it is now.
Yeah. And so...
and they're, killers. And when I say killers, I just mean like, in terms of as performers.
Yes.
As artists.
Yeah.
I'm a new shotty.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like, I've been a shotty since day one. I'm a new shotty.
Yeah,
and this is, watching them perform live definitely seals the deal.
No, for sure. I appreciate it.
And with a little bit of knowledge and kind of tapping into of what I know about what it takes to be a trainee. Because let me ask you this. Would you say that they went under the conventional trainee system or not necessarily?
Probably not.
Oh, so they didn't. Okay. How did they come together? How are they formed?
So basically, we either cast or audition people, or some people like they say they want to come to the company, and so we audition. And so, I mean, we auditioned a bunch of different kids,
and then landed with the four of them.
Yeah.
But and then from that point on, like once like all the formalities are done, they're signed to the company.
Yeah,
they do still go under training, right?
No, so they were
like what I'm saying, like the dancing, the singing, the rapping, and all the aspects of debuting.
Yes, so like they were trainees for 2 of them or 2 or 3 of them were trainees for 3 years.
So prior to even aligning with More Vision, is that what you mean?
They were trainees at More Vision.
Okay. So okay.
So, and also a couple of them were trainees at different companies. My goal is just
More Vision,
and just to create Longshot was the goal. And I just, whatever they did, I wanted them to not just rap because it sounds cool, right? Obviously it sounds cool, but I also want them to kind of learn the history and the basics and the fundamentals of different things, and how it came about, and
I like that.
They work hard, you know what I mean? Like,
I bet
they work hard. So for me, I was running with them. They're super busy right now, but when they were trainees, they were going to the gym that I went to, like creating music. Like we put them in a bunch of song camps. We're like, go make songs and come back, and then, and we're giving them a bunch of homework and missions and stuff like that to do. You know what I mean? And then so, they definitely work super hard, and that attention to detail where, I'm kind of, it's not just do a dance lesson for an hour, and then learn the move. It's like the feeling behind the move, and why the move exists, and what you're trying to portray, and what message are you trying to get across, with the rap or with the song or with the move or whatever it may be. So I think that attention to detail and kind of giving them my experience and my knowledge, and also just to try to tie them into the culture, not just do the music, and not just.
So it's not just like superficial.
That's what I'm saying.
To know the history, to know the meaning behind it, whether it's the movement or even like the what you're rapping about, what you're singing about, to give it more life and more depth.
Exactly.
So I watched them perform for the first time, and that's what turned me into a shotty. This is it, right? Sussing in my blood. Okay. But I've seen you perform before, so it wasn't the first time. But it was the first time, I think, seeing you do a longer set. And also in that close of a proximity. And this is at Complex Con where I saw you. Yo, you've been a killer too. I'm talking about a stage killer.
Appreciate it.
But you still a killer. Point is. I mean, we don't got to get into the numbers, but I'll say it like this, because you brought it up too, kind of the unk status of it. In this context, you're not a young blood. You're far from a young blood, right?
Facts.
But you maintaining it well. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of lifestyle choices that you make to do that. But when I watch you on stage, I think you came off stage and I said it to you. I was like, yo, your stamina is crazy.
Facts.
Because I mean, what you're doing up there is like 6 different things combined. There's the rapping, of course, which I'm watching you rap and I'm like, oh yeah, I can handle that. Then there's like a dance break and I'm like, I'm done. You said something. I took notes as I was watching you, so I gotta say this. There's one thing you said. I'm curious. Do you say this at every show? Because when you said it, I was like, that's what I say to my wife all the time. You said, now that I rap for you, can I sing for you? Is that like part of your every show, or you kind of here and there say it?
So sometimes I start my set with singing. And then I'll be like, yo, now can I, like, who likes hip hop? Can I rap now? Like, and then I just to kind of get, because it's so, the contrast is so different.
It is.
That I just kind of let people foreshadow, like, yo, okay, I'm going to start rapping. Don't be surprised. Like, that type of,
But obviously do we still call them jaywalkers? Are they still jaywalkers?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but the jaywalkers, they know what they signed up for when they come watch you.
No, 100%. Okay. 100%.
Shout out to the jaywalkers.
Facts.
Though.
Shout out to
those are the day ones, right?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Shout out to the I appreciate the language diversity.
Yeah.
You sing in Korean and English obviously is your main language you perform in as well. There was Mandarin elements.
Yes.
And then because Complex Con was in Hong Kong, I saw you flex the Cantonese.
A little, just a
I heard the Lei Homa.
Just a Lei
Mad
Homa.
aggressive.
Yeah.
The most aggressive Lei Homa ever. Because Lei Homa is just, how are you?
Facts.
Right? So it wouldn't be like on stage, right? Like in New York and just mad aggressive. How are you? Then I heard you hit him with the, are you ready? Do you remember?
Junbei Loma, or was it?
Very good.
Junbei
Homa.
Junbei Homa.
Junbei Homa.
Junbei Homa.
Yeah. And then the really important thing that I really wanted to pick your brain about is, because other than seeing you live at Complex Con, I've seen mad clips of you performing, right? Because the internet is the internet.
Yeah, facts.
Shows in Korea, shows in the States, your own J Park tour, music festivals. The thing I want to ask is, do you know at what point you start taking your clothes off?
Yeah.
Or is it just song by song, it's time to start taking this off?
No. Well, like the very,
because you start with mad layers.
I did.
You start, at Complex Con, there was mad layers.
Yeah, I did.
And then I turned around to take a sip of my soda and I looked back and it was just pecs and abs. So is there design to it or do you go with the flow? I guess I'll ask like that.
I think the very last piece or whatever is definitely, it's just, the song Mome. That's like kind of like the climax of the show. Right? And so, yeah, but then other than that, I just kind of go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
I guess you can. This goes back to what you were saying about how you kind of navigated with Longshot.
Yeah.
Like know what you're dancing to, know what you're singing about.
Yeah.
Because I imagine you're not gonna do Freak McNasty with mad layers on.
Yeah. True.
Right? You gotta see nipples. you gotta at least see one nipple. Even if you just lift one up. How you gonna call yourself Freak McNasty and I see no nips?
Yeah, facts.
That's fair. But you killed it. Bottom line.
Appreciate it.
Amazing performance.
Appreciate it.
And shout out to Longshot again, man. Shout out to Longshot. Shout out to all the shotties. Because I watching them and then the way they came off stage, mad respectful and good, just good young energy.
Yes.
Good young energy.
Because I think just in even in hip hop, even though there is diss battles and stuff like that, but respect is a very big thing, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got to earn respect.
Yeah.
And you got to give respect to get it back. And so respect is another big thing for me. Like just being humble, being respectful.
Love that. Love that. Longshot, More Vision is something you're pouring a lot of yourself into.
Yeah.
What about just as it pertains to J Park?
Yeah.
Like your artistry. Whoa, let me ask you like this. Is there anything that you haven't done yet that you're like, I would like to try to do?
Not really.
That's fair.
Yeah, because even everything that I'm doing right now, it's not something that I had like a lifelong goal to do. You know what I mean? Like everything just kind of came up by chance. Like even me being a singer in Korea, my dream was not to be a singer in Korea. So yeah, so everything's just kind of like I just kind of go with the flow. I kind of go with the flow. And so right now we're getting a mixtape ready with me and Longshot, just because we have a lot of performances lined up. And we're probably gonna tour together at later on this year.
Okay.
And so this will probably be the only opportunity for me and them to tour together. You know what I mean? Just because I think they're gonna get so big that they're not gonna need me.
That's great.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And also it's just kind of like my relevancy is not gonna go up from here.
No, don't say that. And maybe before, but after this podcast,
yes,
you back on top, baby.
Facts. Unks are up. The sads are up.
The sads are up. Short Asian dudes, yo. It's our time.
No,
Jeremy
facts.
Lin, you're done. Any Asian that's 5'8" and up, he's the tallest Asian I know.
Facts.
So shout out to Jeremy Lin.
Facts. No,
that's
facts.
my guy.
He's
you talk
legend as
about
well.
like kind of groundbreaking Asians. I mean,
for sure.
Come on, yo.
For sure.
Like, but so, okay, I hear you on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you about the relevancy thing.
Yeah.
I think you're only as relevant as you choose to be.
Okay.
So I think
that's true as well. And so that's another thing. It's I don't want to continue to put in this much effort to try to be relevant.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm actually on the same page with you
Yeah.
about that. I think it's finding that balance of I'm going to create, whether it's content, music, whatever, more so reflective of that I want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And not because I'm chasing relevance.
Exactly.
I think that's what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
that's
so
exactly
we're on
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
page
Yeah.
about that. Cool, man. Yo, thank you for coming on, man. Like, I do feel like there's one thing, just a fun way I'd love to try to because this is the launch of Laugh But Not Least, right? This is the first time. So I'm trying things that are new. Like kind of a fun way to try to wrap things up is I searched up funny words just on Google, and there's like a nice long list here. So me and you might be learning new words, and the listeners and the viewers, they can learn new words too. You could pick two, and then we'll just kind of close with those 2 words.
Okay. What does that mean? So I'll pick...
You pick 2.
I'll pick Snollygoster.
Okay, Snollygoster.
Snollygoster, I know. And I'll pick Cattywampus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't say what the words mean yet, though.
Okay.
So you just use it. You pick one, and then I'll use the other one.
Got it.
Okay, I'll do Cattywampus then. And you pick Snollygoster.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, man. It's been great chatting with you. Thank you for helping me kind of bring this vision to life. The Laugh But Not Least podcast. You know, I'm excited about it. Learning about your journey, learning about what you have ahead is cool, man. And I just hope that whatever you have planned in the future with more vision, with Longshot, that it doesn't end up cattywampus.
Facts. Big facts.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
No problem. And anything you'd like to say? I used it properly too. Cattywampus, it means to not be awry or not lined up correctly.
Facts.
So,
hope it doesn't end up
cattywampus. Yeah.
So I just have a couple questions. Right?
Yes.
And this is these are things that I'm actually curious about. Like,
go for it.
Yeah. So, you know, when I was watching 106, right?
Yeah.
And you were battling, and this one dude was talking about your sister. Do you actually have a sister?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I have a little sister.
Okay.
Here's a fun fact. At the time,
Yeah.
during the battle, she was probably like 12, 11, like a kid, 12, 11.
Okay.
And she's like married and now married, young, beautiful woman,
Okay. So
but I do have but the way, my little sister has something to say. You'll never beat my brother on Freestyle Friday.
And then you said like, "May faro belut," that means take your sorry butt home. Does that actually mean take your sorry butt home?
That does mean take your, Leifano Kayla means.
Leifano
Kayla, yeah.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. And so, I was just wondering, like, and these are the things that I was actually curious about in high school.
Yeah.
But I would never, like, in 1,000 years, thought I would meet you one day and be able to ask you in person. And it's so just, I'm just so glad you're not a snollygoster, bro. Like,
Yo, that was pretty good. Yo, I think we might have found the way we end.
Yeah.
Snollygoster, by the way, means someone that is shrewd and an unprincipled person. Yes, I'm far from a snollygoster.
Facts.
Neither are you.
Facts.
Yo, all the best with everything, man.
Thank you, man.
And thank you again. I like what you say about none of us are entitled about anything, and that's a good nature to have.
Yeah.
None of this feels entitled to me.
Yeah.
So you being a part of it, I truly am grateful for it.
I appreciate it.
Shout out to everybody tuned in and tapped in. Stay tuned for more amazing things from Jay and more vision. And life is hard. Laugh harder.
Last but not least.
Let's go.
Gee.